The blue whale is so massive that its heart alone is the size of a car, and its arteries are wide enough for a child to swim through. But there is something in the deep waters that makes this giant tremble. What you are about to see today isn't just a hunt. It's an event that defies biology, one that scientists took decades to finally film. It is proof that, in the ocean, size does not equal safety. Today, we are diving into nature's most brutal confrontation, the day the largest animal on Earth became the prey. If you have the courage to discover what is capable of taking down a god of the oceans, subscribe now and turn on the notifications. Brace yourself, because from this moment on, you will never look at the deep blue the same way again. The blue whale seems invincible. At 30 meters long and weighing as much as an entire fleet of airplanes, she has no natural predators, or at least that's what the textbooks told us for decades. Her superpower is pure mass. We are talking about a being so colossal that her tongue alone weighs as much as an African elephant. A single strike from its tail, which is as wide as the wing of a commercial airplane, can displace tons of water and instantly destroy a medium-sized boat. In the physics of the ocean, it has always been considered the unshakable object. But remember this: brute force is useless against someone who knows your anatomy and knows exactly where to strike. What science has recently discovered is that its gigantism, which was always its greatest defense, has become its greatest vulnerability. Below the surface, a new order is being established. While the blue whale relies on strength, its rivals, the orcas, rely on tactical intelligence and hydrodynamics. They don't attack to wound, they attack to exhaust. Imagine a war of attrition where the predator is smaller but far more intelligent. The orcas work in shifts like a military unit. While one group bites the fins to reduce the whale's maneuverability, the other group simply throws itself over its blowhole. They prevent the giant from breathing. The largest animal in the history of the planet doesn't die from wounds. It dies from suffocation, desperately fighting for a breath that never comes. What comes next proves that the ocean has a new master. The prize of this epic hunt isn't the whale's flesh, but its tongue, the most energy-rich part of its entire body. By taking down a titan, the orcas prove that in the blue realm, brute force is nothing more than a bigger target for those who master strategy. The myth of invincibility is over. Nature has redesigned the hierarchy of the abyss, and from this moment on, size is no longer a guarantee of survival. It is merely a larger food reserve for the new master of the seas. People think the great white shark is the villain of the sea. Wrong. The blue whale's true terror is the orca. But not a lone orca. They hunt in death squads. In 2025, a recording off the coast of Australia showed something disturbing. 70 orcas working together to take down a single blue whale. They don't just use teeth, they use military strategy. If you are ever on a boat and spot a blue whale frantically slapping its tail on the surface, resist the urge to get closer for photos. What looks like a National Geographic spectacle is, in reality, a visual cry for help. In marine biology, this behavior is a sign of extreme stress. When the largest animal in the world strikes the water with that kind of violence, it isn't playing, it is fighting. She may be being pursued and surrounded beneath the surface by a silent pack that you haven't managed to see yet. What many don't realize is that by bringing your boat closer to get a better look, you might be sealing that animal's fate. Engine noise isn't just noise. For a whale, it is sensory blindness. They rely on low-frequency infrasound that travels for hundreds of kilometers to communicate and call for help. When we start an engine nearby, we create a sound barrier that isolates the giant at the exact moment it needs its pod the most. It's like trying to scream for help inside a jet turbine. Beyond ethics, there is real danger. A 190-ton Titan in a state of panic has no awareness of your boat's fragility. In a desperate attempt to defend itself from an attack or to execute an escape maneuver, a single sudden movement can unleash tons of water and brute force upon anyone in its path. Respecting the space of these giants is the only way to ensure that this epic battle for life continues as it should, wild and far from human impact. The ocean is a gladiatorial stage that has functioned in a delicate balance for millions of years. Upon encountering one of these gods of the seas, choose silence and distance. The best souvenir you can take home is the awareness that, because of your respect, that giant was able to continue its journey. The deep sea has powerful voices, but it only reveals its secrets to those who know how to listen to the silence of the abyss. At the end of this battle of titans, the outcome is as bizarre as it is cruel. The orcas don't seek the flesh or the bones, they seek the ultimate trophy, the tongue. They drown the largest animal that has ever existed in the history of the planet to consume only this muscle, a pure reserve of energy, abandoning the rest of the 190 tons to the scavengers of the abyss. It is the absolute victory of intelligence over mass. If you felt the weight of this confrontation and are fascinated by the secrets the ocean tries to hide, this is where you belong. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and become part of our crew. Here, we don't just look at the water, we decipher what lives within it. Now, I want to hear from you. In an ocean where size doesn't guarantee life, who deserves the title of the true king? The brute force of the giant or the relentless mind of strategy? Leave your answer here in the comments. We'll see you on the next dive.